Tornadoes by
Savannah,
Anari,
Sophie,
and Eva. What is a tornado? By Eva Gibney. Do you know what a tornado is? A tornado is a mixture of winds that spin so fast that it destroys anything it touches. It is a destructive storm that lasts for a very short time. It is the most vicious and dangerous storm. Do you want to learn more about tornadoes? Then let's begin.
Causes by Anari Van Eer. Did you know that tornadoes are not always formed by thunderstorms? Supercells are most likely to form tornadoes. Out of every 5 or 6 supercells, only one produces a tornado. Non-supercell tornadoes include gustnadoes, landspouts, and waterspouts. Tornadoes need certain types of air to form. They need cool, dry air in the upper atmosphere and need fast-moving winds to blow in different directions at different altitude. If the wind changes direction and speed with increasing heat, the air may begin spinning horizontally in the lower atmosphere. Most violent tornadoes form within the area of strong rotation. The spinning of tornado is partly the result of an updraft and downdraft in the thunderstorm. Sometimes weak tornadoes can occur when the wind shear conditions are strong but the atmosphere is not very unstable. These are things that cause tornadoes.
Facts by Eva Gibney. Do you know about some of the effects of a tornado? If you don't, then this will be very educational. Let's begin. In Saps, Alabama, a tornado turned homes into rubble. The same tornado picked up a mobile home and dropped it, which caused it to break in half. This tornado was the first tornado Saps had gotten in 25 years. In Aliceville, a tornado crushed Aliceville Prison. In Alabama and on the rim of Mississippi, a tornado crushes and damages homes, prisons, and churches. In South Nebraska, schools and companies had to shut down because of a tornado nearby. Tornadoes can't only do bad things, but they can do incredible things. For example, in France, a twister sucked up a pond. Miles away, it started to rain frogs and fish. In Italy, a twister picked up a sleeping baby. The baby was still sleeping when the tornado gently put her down. In England, a tornado plucked feathers from chickens without killing them. In Minnesota, a tornado picked up a train 80 feet high and dropped it. Amazingly, only one of the 117 riders were killed. And trains don't even have seatbelts.
Where by Sophie Newman and Anari Van Eer. Do you know what Tornado Alley is? The states Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri are all very warm and are in the flatlands of the Midwest. These states make up Tornado Alley because a lot of tornadoes occur in these states. Tornadoes have struck all 50 states, but especially Tornado Alley. From Texas to Georgia is an area called Dixie Alley, our 7th Tornado Alley. England receives tornadoes per square mile than any other country on Earth. On November 23rd, 1984, England experienced a crazy day of tornadoes. In a matter of just 5 hours, 105 tornadoes reported. The tornadoes ended quickly, without much damage. These places have faced severe tornadoes. There are thousands of tornadoes in the U.S. per year. Canada has hundreds of tornadoes per year. Tornadoes have occurred in every continent except Antarctica. Most tornadoes occur in late spring and early summer. There are large tornadoes in the south central plains because the area has unstable atmospheric conditions. That can cause a big supercell thunderstorm that can cause a tornado. In addition to Tornado Alley, in the Midwest, there is a smaller region in the southeastern United States where tornadoes are. Texas and Florida have the highest number of tornadoes running in the U.S. It can happen anywhere, but usually in the flatlands and Midwest. They most likely strike in the United States, often over waterspouts. More tornadoes from the U.S. than any other country.
Forecasting Tornadoes by Savannah Rosen. Do you know what meteorologists are? Meteorologists are people who study weather. Meteorologists watch thunderstorms that could possibly create a tornado. Meteorologists use tools like the Doppler radar, computer models, weather balloons, and turtleprobes. Meteorologists use computer models to predict tornadoes. Computer models take data from satellites, Doppler radars, then they compare them to past conditions and predict if certain types of weather will occur. Do you know what a turtleprobe is? Turtleprobes are loaded with sensors and placed in the path of a tornado. If they are picked up and tossed around by wind, scientists can study conditions that occur inside a tornado. A Doppler radar is another system meteorologists use. A Doppler radar finds distant objects in the air, such as storms, by listening to the sound of waves. Meteorologists also use the Doppler radar to predict thunderstorms. A weather balloon is a large balloon sent into the atmosphere. Weather balloons carry special weather equipment that takes measurements in the sky. Then they send info back to the meteorologists on Earth. Do you know what a tornado watch is? A tornado watch happens when weather conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms. This is called a supercell. Supercell is capable of producing a tornado. A tornado watch usually lasts 4 to 6 hours.
How? By Sophie Newman. Do you know how a tornado forms? A tornado forms inside a big thunderstorm called supercell thunderstorm, which creates a tornado. A supercell thunderstorm is caused when wind from two different atmospheres go two different ways. Do you know how a tornado works? A tornado can rip a path of destruction up to 100 yards across and 1 mile long. That's the size of a football field. A tornado can suck up anything in its path. A tornado has to stay close to the ground to be able to stay alive. A tornado is really big. Nothing can stand a chance against a tornado.
How are they measured? By Eva Gibney. Do you know how tornadoes are measured? I will teach you. This will teach you everything you need to know. So let's not waste any time and begin. Tornadoes last the shortest amount of time of all natural disasters. They only last about 10 to 20 minutes. This is because as weather changes, a tornado starts to go away. Every year, killer tornadoes strike the Midwest. One of those tornadoes killed 689 people in March 1925. This tornado was the worst tornado recorded in U.S. history. In August 1990, with little warning, a killer tornado attacked Plainfield High School. Gratefully, no children were harmed. They all found shelter in a room underneath the school. The strength of a tornado is judged by how strong the winds is. The winds are found out by a tool called the tornado radar. It tracks how big they are and where they are.
Safety by Savannah Rosen. Do you know how to stay safe during a tornado? If a tornado occurs, you should stay inside a basement, cellar, or a small room with no windows. The center of a home or bathrooms or the underside of the stairwell is a good place to stay under furniture. Don't go in places with widespan roofs
such as auditoriums, cafeterias, large hallways, and shopping malls. If you are below ground, you have less chance of getting hit by debris or lifted winds. Debris is splintered wood, broken glass, jagged fragments of metal, and etc. If you are outside when a tornado occurs, you should try to find a building and go inside it. If you can't find a building, try crouching near one or lay flat in a ditch. Make sure when you are doing this to cover your head with your hands. Don't drive fast when a tornado occurs. If you do, the tornado can change the direction of the car quickly. The tornado can also lift up cars or trucks and toss them into the air. You should also have a TV or a batter-pattern radio until it is safe to leave. People who live in a tornado-prone area should plan ahead. They should have a 72-hour kit backpack loaded with things you would need for the next 3 days. The basement would have flashlights, weather radios, extra batteries, and food/water. A family evacuation plan or a contact plan is very important too. Family members away from home during a tornado should have a plan to meet up or contact each other. Also be cautious after a tornado occurs. You should wear protective clothing such as long sleeve shirts, long pants, and tough shoes. Sure to be extra cautious walking. Damaged buildings could collapse.
First-hand experiences by Eva Gibney. Do you know any of the first-hand experiences of people who have been in a tornado? I'm here to teach you about some of them. Let's not waste any time and begin. A girl woke up one day and shouted, "I'm scared," as she looked outside at the horizon where a tornado was spinning closer and closer by the second. The girl's father, Lauren Davis, put the girl along with his 18-month-old twin boys and started to drive to the hospital away from the tornado where his wife worked. "It was our first house, and now it's gone," David said. "Police tried to keep everyone out of the neighborhood. We snuck back after the tornado. It was our house. Why shouldn't we see it?" David said. "It's risky to go into the town," the cops explained. It was a risk David was willing to take. They became happy they didn't go in, for very soon they went to the hospital, and there they had another child. "Things can be replaced, but not these things," the wife of Davis said. A lady survived a tornado in a bank. Police officers closed the bank doors and locked them. The lady was inside the building. "I just couldn't believe I was trapped in there during a tornado," the lady said. "Thank goodness it didn't touch me." A lady remembered looking out the window of Walmart. The roof looked like Matrix or something, the lady said, terrified. Her and her husband were shopping at the time when the attendants started rushing them to the back of the store. A few seconds later, the tornado destroyed the whole store, except for the room they were standing in. What is a tornado? Effects. How were they measured? First-hand experiences by Eva Gibney.
Safety and Protection, Forecasting Tornadoes by Savannah Rosen.
Where and Causes by Anari Van Eer.
How and Where by Sophie Newman.
Thank you for watching!